Yeah, I think the basics around co-investment are the realities for a country like Australia, where you have almost no tariff barriers, you have zero manipulation of currency, and every country in the world, Jackson, does one of two things, and sometimes both. They either do have that big wall, or they co-invest to attract literally billions of dollars of automotive capital. The UK has that model with a regional development fund. Over $1 billion of automotive investment in the UK just in the last 12, 15 months. And that seems to be a model that works for this country as well. It's not something that we can complain and moan about. We have to, and we're here at our plant today in Elizabeth, we have to be able to be smarter and more efficient in the application of relatively expensive labor than many of our sister plants in other countries. So we have to do it smarter, we have to do it, frankly, more efficiently, and we have to do it with a lot more variety to be able to make the economies of scale work in this country. The co-investment program is $1 billion from General Motors, $275 million from the Aussie government, and then in terms of the ROI for the Australian taxpayers, about $4 billion of economic activity over the life cycle of these investments. The return for the taxpayer is calculated quite simply. It's the movement of parts to and from the plant. It's the purchase of goods, services, materials. So this is the multiplier effect beyond our direct investment of $1 billion in modifications to the plant that's behind me, to the engineering investment that we have, and in tooling. So there'll be tooling that we buy for this plant. There'll be tooling investments that we will make across dozens of suppliers. And then that multiplier effect that I always talk about is that $4 billion of total economic activity because we have these jobs here. Yes, I think, again, this is not something that ebbs and flows. Successive governments, whether it was the Howard government, the Rudd government, the now Gillard government, and whatever government succeeds the Gillard government, if it is in fact another Gillard government, the realities of the global auto business are all of the above. Tariffs or co-investment, currency manipulation or 0% interest loans, whatever the case may be, this is played very viciously on the global stage. And whether it's Brazil, the UK, Russia, China, Thailand, every country plays that game over long periods of time. So the minute that we don't play that game to win in this country, the viability of the industry would be very, very difficult. Oh, it's substantial. We are one of the higher cost, if not the highest cost, assembly plants in the world. Because frankly, whether it's a can of Coca-Cola, a cheeseburger, an hour of labor, these things are very expensive in Australia, particularly as we sit geographically in Southeast Asia. Obviously, we are more expensive to do this than any other place. So we have to be smarter. We have to be pretty nimble. We load our efficiency of worker almost better than any other GM plant. So in a 60-second cycle of building a car, our people are loaded up with work very, very, very highly, which means productivity. So we have to work smarter than, frankly, the lower wage countries.